Well, we are live and it is late. It is late. Shorty's been working all night, hasn't seen any footy. He's just been listening. He's none the wiser to anything that's been going on. But hopefully a few of you people are still up. It is school holidays, so a few people might still be up and about. No, there's a few questions. Oh, shit, I see Spooky Mookie's coming through already. Dangerous. Yeah, howler of a night at work. Absolute stinker. Started at 1:30 and just a genuine shit show. I was hoping to go be home by 9:30 and just, maybe catch a bit of footy, roll straight into some Q&A. Just didn't happen for me. I stuffed up this order late. Didn't have this bloke's groceries, blah, blah, blah. And I went back. We were talking footy at the time when I dropped it off at first, the wrong stuff, or not all his stuff. And then he's like, oh, it's 3/4 time in the footy. I'm a Bombers man. I'm like, sweet, bro. Hopefully they get up for you. And then I fuck his order up and I come back and I actually didn't know the score because I was just going nuts. I'm like, God, they get up. And he was flat as a tack. He's like, nah, they went down by 3. I'm like, cool. There's your groceries, bro. I'm out of here. Let's talk. Let's take a few Q&A stuff now. Shorty's pretty tired. We'll see how long we go for here. But look, to be honest, I thought when you say you're going live, you got to go live. So it might not be as long as some of the other ones. But, Simply Cricket, what a game of footy. Sounded great. Sounded like a thriller. These two clubs certainly know how to play some matches, don't they? Spooky, mate. He hates LDU. Crikey. Oh, rearrange those letters, mate. We'll knock over a few UDLs. Get a little dangerous. Simply Cricket. Got the mic hooked up this time. Yeah. Yeah, that was a quality video, wasn't it? 20 seconds of me not realising the mic wasn't even there. So, Kano, Shorty, it's time to throw the towel in. Thanks, brother. No, I love that. Love just coming home from a nice long day of work and giving a bit of my time to the old subscribers and getting told to throw the towel in. Cheers, bros. Nice one. Benny, big Shorty, a legend. How are you, Benny? What's cracking, mate? Nick's here. What's happening, brother? A few crowns. Good to have you on board, mate. Michaela, g'day, Shorty. Did you see the Bombers got robbed? I didn't see it, but feel free to tell me exactly what happened. Give me the update. I was listening quite a bit to the first 3 quarters. It's tough because you're sort of in and out of the van. But last quarter, like I said, I was a bit under the pump with work. So feel free to send me any sort of stuff that went on and let me know all about it. Big Dice Energy. Nice name. I like that. G'day, Shorty. How's your team looking? Hey, mate. Look, it's a work in progress. It's been an absolute howler of a start to the year. Like I said in my press conference, it's the worst start. That wasn't any mayo on that. It's the worst start to a year I've had, which is really disappointing when it's probably the most popular my channel has been, and I put in just a shocking start to the year. So team's not looking amazing right now, but we are working on it. And I do like to trade. That's one of my favourite things to do. Aaron, Shorty, what's going on? Not much, mate. Just cruising. A little bit of a late night session. Jono with the big Shorty. What's happening, Jono? He's a big fan. Big Saints man. Hope you're well, mate. Corey, one of the absolute regulars. How are you, mate? What do you think about Cozzy to Chapman? Well, that's one of my trades. I will be doing that, so I definitely agree. And Sharp to Giro. Well, I didn't see what he scored, but I'll tell you what, it sounded like he got a lot of the ball or it looked like it anyway, because half the time I thought he was Hayden Young. And I was like, who's this long-haired bastard getting heaps of the ball, but he's not wearing Youngie's number? So, he's 322. Probably not, to be honest. That's probably a bit awkward. I didn't realize he was so sort of pricey. Probably not a guy like 322K, but there's probably better options without me having looked closely. Langers, I saw your message, mate. I will have a look. I can only imagine that was a delicious bit of footage from Hind. And Ridley with the love heart. Did he go well again, did he? Well, that just pisses Shorty right off, doesn't it, Jake? But hope you're well, Langers. Hopefully you're watching on. Luke, hey, mate, how you going? Yeah, going all right, mate. How are you? Let me know what's cracking. Bit of a long day at work, but certainly nice to be home. And I've actually got the weekend off, so I am pretty keen to, few drinks, watch a bit of the footy. Should be fun. Zach, Shorty, what do you do for work? So at the moment, I just deliver groceries for Coles. But yeah, that's sort of just a real temporary thing. I was a sports journalist for ages, and I'm shaking it up now. I'm going to go back and study, do a bit of youth work. So, but the casual, just delivering of groceries and stuff, it pays the bills. That's all it needs to do at the moment. Spooky, Shorty, don't give up on SuperCoach. We all make mistakes like my mother did 19 years ago. But her mistake turned out all right because he now sits at the club hitting on 5, sinking their 10s. Far out, bro. You are an absolute loose unit, but I endorse it. Respectfully, clearly respectfully, but you do give me a laugh with your loose comments. Corey, I have 27 trades. Should I go Bergman to Impey, or is it a waste of trades? I have 247k in the bank. It's a tough one. I mean, part of me thinks the horse is bolted on Impey, and it's really tricky. Like, if there's no real other options, look, get rid of Bergman. Yeah, probably. That's probably a good call. Whether it's to Impey or not, totally up to you. Like, it seems as if you're in a good position with the trades and the money. Yeah, you've probably missed the boat ever so slightly, but he's still a good selection and he's still going to make you money. So, yeah, if you're that way inclined, I would do it. It's not the most efficient trade of all time because Impey's, obviously not cheap, not as cheap as he was, and he was already dearer than rookies. But he's in great form, and like I always say, if you can get that cash rolling through, then do it. And Bergman's not rolling any cash our way at the moment, so that's a fair call. Spooky's back. Hey, but Young to oh yeah, that was a little follow-up. Young to Coming, that is good. Well, he's just dominating, isn't he? Just getting the kick-ins, going nicely. Oh, you are a loose unit. I rate it. Where's your go-to club? Where do you roll, Spooky? Where are you doing this dangerous work on the dance floor? Oh, I love that. I won't read it out. I don't know if people can eventually see what you said, but holy shit. Langers is back. Remember when I told you to pick Hickey and he goes back-to-back tons? Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, thanks for that, brother. Yeah, thanks. Really appreciate that. Remember when I said, he's coming up against the Bombers a couple of weeks' time, probably cash in? Yeah, no worries, Langers. Cheers. But who am I to give out advice? I've been giving thousands of people shit advice for 3 months now. So, oh, shit. We'll get to that later. I haven't given up on SuperCoach, but I certainly am probably in a state of I still care about it because I still think about it a lot and really want to get my team right. But yeah, we're not on talking terms. Had a fight with the missus, and we're just having a little break. We'll still do everything we need to do, but at the moment we're just repairing the love here. Max, are you going to have a 0 in D6? Don't know. I hope not. You might know more than me. I shouldn't. I mean, if you're alluding to Young now being out, well, I'll be trading him. Well, I might not trade him exactly, but Chapman will come into my side and he'll come onto the field. So, but yeah, we'll see. I won't pull the trigger too soon on the trades. We'll just see. Spooky. Imagine having a uni assignment due tomorrow and you spend tonight watching 2 meter shorty. That's it. That's the way to go, mate. I mean, you got plenty of time to do that. I mean, all the best results come from your work late at night. So I'll back in. Corey's just saying Ridley's an absolute gun. Yeah, hard to argue with that. Luke, hey mate, is it too late to jump on Impy? Also, I'm looking to offload Bergman or one of Bergman, Sharp, or Dow and grabbing Steele for plenty in the bank and sitting 560 overall. Well done. That is awesome. Yeah, well, shit, that's great. Yeah, I mean, I guess my general thoughts on, like, people might be wondering, you know, do you miss the boat on certain guys when they go up once? Well, you don't miss the boat if they've scored well again, like Impy's a prime example. So you haven't missed the boat. You're just not getting as good a deal. You know, it's like, you know, I'll walk into the car dealership and, you know, my mate 20 minutes ago was in there and got the same car for 25K. And for some reason I've walked in 20 minutes later and the bloke's like, nah, 30K for you, mate. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, whatever. It's still a good car. I still like it, but I didn't get as good a deal. So obviously there's a breaking point as to where you just can't justify it. But one price rise, you know, you can probably get away with it. And when it's for those guys that you mentioned who are doing nothing for us generating coin, you know, that's understandable. Michaela, well, the free kick count was 29-16 Sydney's way, and the umps forgot holding the ball. Jeez, if you see the replay, you'll see what I mean. Well, I'm sure I'll probably see some of the crucial ones. Foxtel sometimes replay it, so after this, I might just go have a little bit of a suss. But yeah, that is disappointing to hear. Obviously, you might be a Bombers fan, so condolences. But yeah, that's it's a pity because it sounded like a really good game, so it would have been a good one to see. But thanks for everyone jumping on board too. It looks like we've already got about 60 on board, so that's awesome. And again, like, thanks for everyone who's, you know, been part of the channel too. If you've come on board recently, or if you come on board, you know, and been part of it for years, you know, like I always say, I appreciate it. And particularly late at night, you know, like I was sort of at work and I was like, oh gosh, you know, like long ass day, part of me was like, God, I just kind of want to sit on the couch and chill out. But I'm glad I did it because it's always fun when I get to answer your questions. And, you know, hopefully you guys enjoy the fact that even after a bit of a stink of a day, we're still here talking a bit of footy, talking a bit of SuperCoach. So, yeah, it's all around a bit of fun. Andrew, any stomp tips? You might want to clarify that one. Shorty might be tired and he might be miscommunicating, he might be misinterpreting, or he might be having a blonde moment as well. But let me know, Andrew, if that's don't know if you're being cheeky or if I'm just being stupid, but let me know. Let's get back to a couple of snaps. Got to stay on top of the snap game. Thanks, Jono. He's onto it. Bit of a difference opinion in terms of how much he is. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Sorry, mate. I was looking at the wrong thing. I just typed into Google his stats and it must have gone to the AFL fantasy one. Yeah, sorry, mate. Well, yeah, in that case, yeah, that's we'll have to forgive Shorty. He's cooked, but yeah, sorry, mate. Looked at the wrong thing, but yeah, at 170, yeah, we're in business. So that is fair enough. Ninja, hey, Shorty, used one trade so far this week, and that was Young to Ridley after I had 8.23 in the bank from downgrades last week. Yikes. Do I use the other trade to go sharp to Chapman for the cash generation or go sharp? He might have just dropped off the last little bit there. But yeah, look, I would go Chapman. I would make Chapman a priority, to be honest. You know, talented kid, talented youngster, produced really nice score. I'd make him a priority. You know, if you can get particularly down back, like we're struggling for guys even playing, let alone making money. So I would endorse that. To Dunkley by a DPP. Yeah, it's a bit saucy. We've already, look, I would still go Chapman. I mean, Dunkley is probably going to go up a little bit in price and, you know, he's flying. But, you know, I think with that amount of coin you've got there, I'm sure you'll be able to get Dunkley at some stage soon where Chapman, you know, he's going to start launching up in price. So I would get him. Spooky, Shorty delivering groceries, used to delivering the deli meats as always. That's it, mate. That's it. Just giving them what they want, you know. Just Shorty rocking up at the door with a bag full of groceries. That'd just make your night, wouldn't it? D-Mac, worth getting Impy or saving 180k and a trade? Yeah, like I touched on, I mean, and Muhammad says Impy is a buy. I mean, look, yeah, like I said, my thoughts are, yeah, he's still a good deal. He's still a good buy, but you're just not getting as good a purchase as you would have. But he's going to make money. He's going to score some strong points for his price range. So, yeah, if he was a 9 out of 10 deal last week, he's probably a 6 or a 7 out of 10 deal, but still a decent deal. Matthew, how are you, mate? I'm going all right. How are you traveling? He's currently 4.24 from 5 players. Decent start, but Lloyd and some rookies cost me a fair few points. Didn't Lloyd go too well tonight? Shit, that's interesting. Yeah, well, fair enough, mate. I mean, I hope you're going all right overall, but early days. It is Thursday. There's a lot that can either go wrong or a lot can go right. So fingers crossed, more of the latter. And Spooky, he's on a roll here. He's flying. The go-to clubs for me include Code, Levels, yes, Billboards, or wherever the IG models are at, to be honest. Just a little pre-town scroll through Instagram. No, nice. They're all Melbourne clubs, aren't they, I think? Not heading to Revs. Jeez. Rightio. Corey, Hayden Young is out for 12 weeks, mate. Yeah, I knew he was out for a while. I last read that, well, an early report was that it was sort of serious, but yeah, whether he's out for 1 or 2, like shit, you're not going to hold him. He's going trash anyway. Kano's going down to Impy or down to Impy. Nicely done, mate. James, hey, Shorty, feel for you on your start to the year. Is it too late to jump on to Goey and Paddy Dow? Is it too late to jump on? We certainly wouldn't jump on them. You might jump off them, if that's what you mean. But yeah, look, if you're in a position to get them out of your side, like I've got other issues, yeah, I would be getting rid of them for sure. Daniel, hey mate, what do you think about Young to Chapman and Dow to Impey move? Currently highest rank I've ever been at 6K. Nicely done, mate. Well, yeah, I definitely think both of those are goers. You know, both are going to make you really good coin over the next few weeks. And in the early stages of the season, that's what it's all about. You know, we need to try and build our bank as much as we can, all within reason. You know, nothing's too stupid or too sideways, but, you know, they are getting rid of 2 guys that just haven't been what we had thought and bringing in a couple of guys who are running pretty hot. So I'd definitely do that. Liam, tell the Pies to play Finley McRae. Yeah, true. Yeah, I think it would be nice to get just, a few rookies that we could sort of continue to roll over, because sometimes that's what hurts us a lot when we don't get the rookies through the door, sort of midway through the year after those initial ones. So that would be nice. Spooky, little updates on that late night McFlurry run, which I was excited for. Ended up going home with cold feet. Oh, no. Head in hands, but ended Ubering a different place. Oh, shit. You are a bloody menace, mate. Absolute menace. No, I like it. Solid persistence. I can see it, mate. Spooky's like, yeah, just come over, babe. And, she's like, oh, what are we going to do? Just watch a couple of bits and pieces. She's like, oh, Netflix, we're going to watch The Office. Nah, this weird unit does a bit of SuperCoach. He goes live. She's like, oh, I'll let myself out. But no, good, mate. Nothing beats a tasty little McFlurry run. Very cheeky. Sam, thoughts on Buddy next week at 300K? Well, given you said that, I'm guessing that he went pretty well tonight. Sounded like he was slotting a few snags. So I probably wouldn't, to be honest. We even saw last week, like, he got rested. I mean, he's just a guy he's going to get rested at times. So it's probably a no for me. What did old Lance score? What did he do? Let's have a look. Big Budwa, where are you? For God's sake, how hard is it to find some stats, man? No, he didn't do that well. No need for that. He only kicked 3. I must have heard every single one of them. There you go. I don't think Buddy's a guy we need to be jumping on. Jonathan Campbell now with a break even of around 70 plus. Can we hold him and hope he comes good? Yeah, didn't he go well? Jesus, that is concerning. What did he score? 51's just sort of average, isn't it? I hope he comes good against GWS Gold Coast, or have to downgrade to Waterman next week. I would probably hold. I think he's a real talent, and I reckon we'll see more 70-plus scores than we see those 29s and stuff. I wouldn't rush to get rid of him, but if there are really good options, if there happen to be some really good options on the bubble, then, you could mount the case. It all depends on your side. Like, for me, I'll have a few other bits and pieces to do. I'm sort of building some cash, and I already know which upgrade I want to do next week. So, if you've got no real issues and you're like, my side's traveling all right, I don't have anything I need to do, then, yeah, that's a trade you could definitely do. And, I definitely think he could bounce back. His growth in his price is going to, it's going to stop for a little bit. Might even go down a touch. But once he gets rid of that, once he shakes that 29, he's fair game again. So I'd back him in. But, if you have the luxury to go and sort of cash out for him, then, yeah, that's probably something that a lot will do. Cooper says, take Ridley's score at VC. I should probably find out what he scored. This is a thing. When you just listen to the game on the radio, you really got no idea. 124. Oh, gosh. That is an absolute tempter, isn't it? Look, the greedy guy inside me sort of says, we can do better. But, I mean, it probably depends on what your C option is. I mean, Grundy's coming up against Flynn. Who have the D's got? They've got Geelong. And our ruck stocks, are nothing special. I would probably take it. you can't sneeze at a 124. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'd probably take it, to be honest. One thing's for sure, if you take it and someone else scores 140, then you're going to be like, well, that can happen. But what can happen is if you don't take it and someone that is on the C scores 70 or 80, you're going to be kicking yourself. So you're going to be happy with 124. Loving the contribution, guys. If you're liking these live vids, feel free to give it a little thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Really appreciate the support you guys sort of throwing around me. So definitely helps the motivation levels to keep producing some vids. So that's good. Josh, surely back gone. Yeah, that was probably in reference to the captaincy, which is understandable. The dank fish, just shut my eyes to go to bed and said in my head, oh, wait, Shorty's live. So I quickly hopped on the airwaves. Oh, you're a ripper, mate. Thank you. I'm glad to see you on board. He traded Impey and Warner in this week for Dow and got rid of McDonald. Hopefully Bruin gets a run also. Nicely done, mate. A good example of jumping on a couple of guys that, have gone up a smidgen, but are still going to be really good options. So that's sort of a bit of a flavour coming through from you guys. Jono, thoughts on Franklin, his draw coming up, Giants, Suns, Cats, D's and Pies. This draw looks unreal. Yeah, it's really tough to read into draws, I reckon, mate. Like, I don't know. There are a few teams in there that you'd expect the Swans to have a nice win over. Doesn't always necessarily equate to him scoring amazing or kicking a hell of a lot of goals. I mean, the Giants are down and out, but that there is still some quality in that side. And the Suns, I know Tex dined out, but I still think Collins is a good player. A lot of players find it difficult against the Cats' defence, and we can't really look too far ahead. The D's have good defenders, so definitely you can see a few wins there for Sydney. Whether it equates to big scores for Franklin, I don't know. I mean, I probably wouldn't be looking at Franklin as an option at the minute. Michaela, I gotta go. See ya. Catch you later. Thanks for jumping on board. Always good to have a few questions run through. Matthew, take rid of these 123 or back Gorn or Grundy with a C. Yeah, probably a few people in this boat. I'd take it. And, like I said before, you're not going to be pissed off if you get 123 as your captain. But you're going to be damn annoyed if someone gets an 80 or even if someone gets like 104, you're going to be like, I should have taken it. So, and look, if you did this scenario 10 times and you took it 10 times, there's going to be 3 times probably where they score like 140 or 150 and you're like, damn it. Then there'll probably be a handful more where they score in and around that same mark. And then there's probably a couple where the captain actually fails, So over the long run, taking that sort of score, I mean, I always try my marker is like 125. So this is real like tricky. But yeah, I'd probably you'd take away any sort of headaches, any kind of stress. I'd probably, Gorn and Grundy are so reliable. So if you go with them, I get it. But a 123 can't be sneezed at. Matthew, how many wives do you have, Shorty? Mate, no way. No rings anywhere, mate. Just a single lad. Just a single guy going live on YouTube. That's all it is, mate. Ben, what's your Snapchat, Shorty? It would be good to have a chat with you sometime. Look, Ben, I'm probably not going to disclose the Snapchat, the personal Snapchat over over a live session on YouTube. But I would like to have a chat to you, mate. Hopefully you keep the questions coming along. And, hey, if you're a Geelong fella and you bump into Shorty over at the Geelong Hotel, I'll probably be drunk enough to give you a Snapchat away. So, I'll be have a vodka raspberry in one hand and be talking crap with the other. So, but nah, we'll keep the questions coming though, mate. Keep the questions coming. Spooky, wouldn't everyone want to have a chat with Shorty at 1 a.m.? Cheeky moves. Don't know about that. History would suggest that it's not always a popular decision, but see how we go. Corey, is there any midfielders around 544 to upgrade Jordan Clark? I only have 3 midfield premiums, really. He's really light on. Without drawing this out too much, I'll have a quick look and see what takes my fancy around that mark. All right, where are we? What did you say? 544. It's probably not, to be honest, mate. There's probably not. Yeah, it's probably not. I mean, if I were you, like, I wouldn't jump the ship just yet on Jordan Clark. And I don't think his price is going to be doing anything too drastic either way. Taylor Adams is the one I rate the most in the price range, but he's not going that good at the minute. If I were you, I'd maybe maybe just wait for Clayton Oliver to maybe drop a touch. I'd have my eyes set on him for sure. He's probably going to cop a tag from O'Connor again after he copped the De Boer tag. So he's a chance to be like in 3 or 4 weeks at a much cheaper price. So that might be something you can consider. Aaron Chapman, pretty cooked like your Supercoach team. Thanks, Azza. That is spot on, mate. I would probably say my Supercoach team is more cooked than I am, but you never know. You never know. Benny Boy's back. My dream is to finish top 100 in Supercoach. He's currently 9,500th. Do you think I can still make it? Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're in that position, anything's possible. Like I've read articles where, the winner was ranked like, something you wouldn't expect. I can't remember the exact number, but after like 3 or 4 rounds, it wasn't like they were just consistently the top 1,000. They had a slowish start, not a shorty slow start, but, they were outside the top 10K, whatever year it was, and they ended up winning. So, if you play your cards right from here, hell, it's a long season. There's plenty of time to make up those rankings. Ninja, coming from a Swans supporter, don't take Buddy. Horse has said he won't be playing all the time due to his endurance. So there you go. Hearing it from a Swans fan, as good a source as any. Max, I'm trading out Young. Do I go Impey via DPP or Chapman? Well, that's interesting. I would probably go Chapman. And it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but you probably make more money on the way down. Well, you definitely do. And then you create money on the way back up, where Impey's more like, let's take a guy that you probably have a little bit more confidence in his scoring. But I would probably just like to just bank coin. Young, down to Chapman, bang, straight up, cash, cold hard cash, banking it. Where he could still average some good numbers. Where Impey, it's like he's going to go up, but equally you're not making cash both ways. So that's probably the only way I'd look at it. Where are we? Aaron, whoops, I missed that. Whoops, where are we? Corey, Sloane's a good option at 507. Now Crouch is down in weeks. Yeah, I mean, I did see Sloane there, and he had a ripper week last week, and I don't see him as like a top 8, top 10 sort of mid, and personally, that's probably what we want at that range. But I mean, he is in form. That is true. And the fact that Crouch is out for a while, you're spot on. He's definitely cashing in. Jono, which trade do you prefer? Cozzy to Chapman and Sharp to Giro, or Cozzy to Chapman and Dow to Giro? So we're sort of Sharp versus Dow, isn't it? Let me just have a quick little look, mate. I mean, is Sharp even in the team? I don't think he's even. I mean, without the sides being out yet. I think the fact that he's not playing, you got to probably. I know Dow's terribly out of form, and you'd pocket some money by trading Dow, but you just never know. I mean, guys can go from scoring poorly to pumping out a 64 and an 82. All of a sudden their break even's a bit more impressive. But the fact that Sharp's not in the side, I think you just got to try and get as many guys playing, and just sometimes you just got to pick the guys who are playing and cross your fingers that they score well, because sometimes it's an inexact science. Aaron's, he's agreeing with the Sharp comment. Caleb traded Phillips for Ridley, over the moon with the score. Nice one, mate. Yeah, you would be. I mean, it's always nice when you start the week nicely. It's just sort of weight off the shoulders, get off to a good start. If you can land a nice little VC, it's even better. Thomas, Shorty, how big's your Ponce, big man? Ever thinking of shaving him? Thanks, mate. Look, all in good time, I'd say, Tommy. We're probably heading that way. These feathers aren't going to hang on forever, so maybe it's not my best angle. But thanks for the feedback. Andrew, it's 9 a.m. in New Jersey. Good morning. Well, morning, mate. There's a couple of people that jump on from overseas, and that's pretty cool. So, yeah. Thanks for jumping on board, mate. What are you doing? You heading off to work soon, or what's the go? Let us know. Aaron, often get a few questions. Appreciate that. Hey, Shorty, hope you're well, mate. Thoughts on bringing in Tex Walker? He's in great SuperCoach form, and he's playing North Melbourne next. Josh Bruce kicked 10. 100%. Tex could go big. Yeah, look, I mean, Tex is just in astonishing form. Like, he looks so much more agile. Clearly, the game is the way it's being played suits him. I thought he was cooked. I thought he was done. But again, he's 400K now. So I wouldn't bring him into my team. And I think he probably will kick like 5 on the weekend. But it's probably just when he's 400K, I just don't think he's a keeper. I know he's on fire now, but I just don't think Walker's going to be a keeper for the whole year. I mean, he's in a hot streak of form, but I just think it'll taper off. And the fact that he's at 400K now, we're almost into the conversation of, well, how much more money can he make? And the answer's a bit. Like, he'll make more than 100K for you, but how much is a trade worth, sort of thing. And I guess when they start to get beyond 400K, you start to go, well, how long am I keeping this guy? So I don't think he's a keeper. If you still think he can make stacks of coin just off the back of his hot run, then that's fair enough. But it is a quandary. It is a real quandary. Jono, I know you're trying to call me, man, but I'll just get to a couple of stabs. Sorry. Thanks, mate. Sorry, mate. I'll check into the live sesh. I get back to you on the message. But feel free to shoot me any questions over here, mate. Corey says Waterman will be a good downgrade next week. You must have gone all right tonight, I'm guessing. Let's have a little look-see. And he's like, 102K, isn't he? So that'd be nice. And I think he kicked a couple on debut. Just 56. Yeah, he'll be solid, won't he? He'll be solid. Andrew got Tex last week, but amazingly, if missed, will benefit for next month of easy fixture. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, like I said, I just think he's now at a price where you probably got to consider if he's a keeper. just my opinion. But Matt, use Fan Footy to get all the scores. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, I do jump on the old Fan Footy quite a bit. It's bloody good, isn't it? And also just like look at Footy Wire a bit in terms of, oh yeah, Andrew says it's spot on, Footy Wire just below. So, Spooky's back and he's got an absolute paragraph for me. This could be anything. Did do a SuperCoach draft. Did a SuperCoach draft with a booty call over. I'm just gonna pre-read this. She had to sit there for 2 hours while I was crying over 5th round picks. Haven't got a text back from her. Oh, you are a loose unit, bro. How much of this is true? I've got no idea, but Jesus, it's amusing. It's amusing. Tom, Shorty. Oh, he's doubled down on the head shave. He's doubled down. Galucho, thoughts on Cozzy to Chapman and Cripps to Tex? Well, I definitely like the Cozzy to Chapman. I think that'll be one of the most popular trades this weekend. But in terms of Cripps to Tex, I mean, some would argue Cripps back. I think he's still going to have days where that body is struggling, and I'd still endorse, possibly finding other avenues or different plans, because if he's not fully fit, he's going to have days where he's a bit off. But he did just score a ton. And hopefully you heard my thoughts on Tex just before. I've mentioned him a couple of times, probably mention him again. But, yeah, thanks for the question, mate. A couple of lads just having a little bit of a chat in there. Good stuff. Danny, thoughts on Tex? So, it's clearly a popular one. I might be repeating myself. People probably like Shorty. I've heard you say this 3 times. But if you're just jumping on or you haven't heard it, I think Tex is now at the point where you got to wonder, is he a keeper? Can he keep this up? He's not going to keep these numbers up, but when he sort of drops back to a little bit of normality, is that going to be like averaging 88? Is that going to be averaging 97? Like, not overall, but like from here on out, like you can't get those scores back. You will benefit from his price tag. It's going to keep rising, but it's not necessarily the reason we're bringing him in at 400K to make money, is it? Surely not. So you got to start to wonder, is he a keeper? That's the question. I personally don't think he is a keeper, but some may think otherwise. Tyler's just loving the work of Hickey. Henzo, Gorn will go huge against the Cats. Aaron, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Jono, something in response to Jono. Willie, who's your captain? Well, I'm probably going to bring in Dunkley, and I'll probably chuck the VC on him. And then if that doesn't work out, probably Grundy, I guess, I would say. And Degoe, we've got Jordan on just before the big game over the weekend, jumping aboard. G'day, legend. Should I trade Hunter Clark or keep the faith? Let me just check his stats. Oof. I would trade. I would trade him. Obviously, turned up week 1 was great, but I didn't realise he had a bit of a down week round 2. And then everyone, aside from Steele, had a stinker, didn't they, in round 3? So I think, unfortunately, unless you have just amazing faith in him, I think, unfortunately, we probably pull the trigger before he really starts to lose a lot of coin. Well, there's nothing worse than him not really finding form again, and then he's at 320K. So, unfortunately, it was a risk worth taking, 100%. I didn't mind that call at all, but now maybe cut your losses. Tyler Smith says, thoughts on CJ? Well, I was massively impressed. Like, I didn't know this kid was that good. Like, watching him at the game, I was at Easter Monday, and just the way he took it on was unbelievable. And he's a better kick than I thought. Like, I knew he could run and carry, take the game on, but he was more composed with the ball than I thought. So, bloody impressive. Spooky, start the IG up again, Shorty. Maybe even an OnlyFans for the lady audience. I ran the analytics, and Shorty is running at 2% female engagement. So We are pretty low, but one day maybe AFLW might have a little SuperCoach and sure he can branch out there. But so I did have that Instagram account. I think I made one post. Yeah, a bit slack on the social media sometimes. Where are we? Sammy, hey, mate, thoughts on having Flynn at R2 and Gawn at R1? G'day, mate. Thanks for jumping on board. Yeah, well, Flynn is absolutely showing his worth. I mean, if you can score 90-odd against Gawn, you are in some solid form. So, yeah, I think, I had reservations about it at the start of the season, but he's shown that he's more than capable. So right now he's my R2, so that's fair enough. John, is Tex as captain too big a risk? Yeah, it is. I mean, it really is. Like, I know on paper, like, he could kick 8 against North Melbourne, but a key forward, who's had a few good weeks as your skipper, that's more one that you'd roll the dice with as a VC. And I'm not sure on your arrangement and that and what sort of loopholes you sort of got flowing around. But I'm pretty sure they play Sunday Arvo, so I doubt it could work. But he's one that, I'd be like, roll the dice on a VC, but not straight up captain. Danny, trades were Young to Burgess and DeGoey to Tex. Too early to trade out DeGoey. Oh, no, it's definitely not too early. I mean, he's been frustrating me, and he's certainly playing more forward than I would have liked. So, yeah, I can't disagree with that sort of a call. Oh, shit, excuse me, as I get my yawn on. I understand the thought. I mean, like I said with many other players, if I didn't have so much on my plate, I would probably, if I had the luxury, I probably would trade him out. Sam, what trades did you make? Well, I am going to go. I haven't pulled the trigger on them yet because I just, with these rolling teams and stuff. But I'll go Cozzy to Chapman and then probably going Neil to Dunkley. Yeah, I just think the fact that Neil's come out and said that he's not travelling that well with his back and there's, had the scans, few concerns, that worries me a lot, and his price is just plummeting. So I feel as if Dunkley's a guy that's in great form and I want to get in. So, yeah, it's disappointing to sort of make a call like that because if there wasn't the injury there, I would be like, back him in. But when, nothing worse than an injured primo that's dropping rapidly in price and then they miss weeks. It's a recipe of a disaster. It could happen. It's happened before. So, yeah. Ray, just traded in Ridley this week. Trade out Phillips for Waterman, then upgraded Clark to Ridley. You'd be a happy man then. You'd be very happy with that. And I think a lot of people are happy with Ridley's night tonight. Matthew, how big is the pinger shorty? Well, he's heard a couple of bits and pieces. Jeez. Whoever you've been speaking to, very complimentary. You guys, you crack me up, really. There's some funny shit that goes on. And I like the mix, it's a good mix of genuine SuperCoach and footy talk and then some absolute loose shit. So nothing wrong with that. Zach's fired off a couple of questions. Shorty thoughts, Dow out, Giro in, and Young out for Chapman. Yeah, I'm all about that, mate. I'm all about that. I think I watched a bit of the Dockers last week and liked a lot of what I saw, and you're turfing a couple of guys that just haven't worked out. So that's fair enough. Ben, thoughts on John Patton? Apparently has been looking real good in the gym and is looking to make a comeback. I wasn't sure where that was going for a second there. Not sure if serious, but no, I think John might have a few other things to think about, but the general is hasn't been the best year for Jono. Corey, I already have Oliver. Fair enough. He has Oliver, Steele, and Laird in the midfield. Excuse me. I want Mitchell or McRae as first upgrade. Yeah, fair enough. And I'll be trying to chase McRae as well. And, Mitchell might dip a touch. You know, he was a bit quieter last week with the tag, but probably around that 540K, which you outlined before. It's just not, it's not too much. Cause says, what he trades. Hopefully you heard me before, mate. But, getting in Chapman for Cozzy and bringing in Dunkley for Neil. Jordan, Logan McDonald, should I trade? I'm guessing, off the back of that, he didn't have the best night tonight. Probably, yeah, unless let me just check what he scored. I can't answer your question if I don't know what he scored, can I? Yeah, threw in the 39. Fair enough. Be getting mighty close. I mean, particularly being a key forward, like he's going to have nights like that. And it might be, a case of who's on offer, and the fact is probably Waterman might be a guy. So the fact that he's there, you may well do that. Trav ain't happy. He's not happy with the umpires at all. Ben, I got rid of Prestia because he's injured and put in Gaff. He dropped 30K. What do you reckon? I was tossing up between him or Adams. Yeah, that's I like the Gaff call, and look, I think the fact that he bounced back, fair enough. Keep Adams on your radar though, 100%. Like, he had an interrupted preseason. He doesn't always use the ball amazing, but he's a guy who'll average 105 plus, I reckon. Like, particularly when he gets the run in his legs, I think he'll start to hit his straps around sort of round 6. So I like that you went Gaff, but definitely just keep Adams on the radar. I think he could be a nice little pickup pretty soon. Charlie, I traded Tex in for DeGoey. Was that a good trade? Yeah, I mean, I think getting rid of DeGoey is a good call. Like I've touched on before, is Tex a keeper? We're going to find out. Can he keep up this form? We're going to find out. What's he going to average from this point for the rest of the year? We're going to find out. Like, for the rest of the year, from this point, he could average 89. Like, he definitely could. Or he could average 103. Like, he could be back. So people are obviously keen to pay that money for Tex, and I can't blame you. He's just now moved in that category of it's no longer like, yeah, cool, cheap, gonna make me coin. It's like, oh, he's on fire, but he's not super cheap anymore. Aaron says, will you be holding on to Dow? I will be, but only because I've got other shit to do. I would like to get rid of him, and I might do next week. He's just struggling, isn't he? So, yeah, he's just struggling. Oh, Will, g'day, mate. He says, g'day, great man. Thank you, mate. What's cracking? Good to have you on board. Tyler, Texas captain. That is some absolute massive pills sort of stuff. That is a ballsy move. Thanks, heaps, for everyone who's sort of jumped on. We're still rocking the 60. I probably won't go too much longer. I normally like to go well beyond the hour, but just given that it's a little bit later, Shorty is eyeing off his bed. He's ready to get tucked in. I'll probably watch something before I might watch a press conference or something, but a few highlights maybe. But yeah, so we might. Sorry if I don't get to your questions. Obviously not as long a session as usual, but I definitely appreciate you guys sticking around. And, it's late, but we've still got almost similar numbers to what we normally do. So that's great stuff. Declared Shorty did a massive blunder and forgot to transfer in Warner. Oh, no. Which alcohol beverage do I drink to help with to cope with this mistake? Well, I'll tell you what to do. You get some pineapple juice, you get a bottle of Malibu, and you just mix those bad boys. And if you're feeling really excited, get a little bit of coconut cream. Get a little shaker, a couple of shots, a little shot of coconut cream. Shake that bad boy up. You got yourself a pina colada. That'll do the trick, but drink responsibly. For goodness sake. Which I do every single time I drink. Every single time, it's very responsible. I never drink too much. Zachary, thoughts on Dow to Robertson? Yeah, he had a very nice debut game, didn't he? Pulling the trigger early, but he looks the goods. So just make sure the teams come through and it's all good. But he looked a very likely type. Celtics, thoughts on Guthrie? He's in hot form, absolute ripping form, but I don't think he's a guy we need to sort of bring into the SuperCoach side. He's a very strong contributor for the Cats, but no Dangerfield, so Guthrie's really picked up the mantle extremely well. I think he's a guy who'll probably average around that 105, but he's just not the sort of guy we probably need to go chasing, I don't think. Dim Sim, trade or hold McDonald? Trader. Oh, hold. Right, yeah. McDonald, who are we talking about? Logan. We're talking about Logan, aren't we? I'm guessing. I'd probably trade just because he is, I know I said earlier that I keep the faith with Campbell, but I just probably have a bit more faith with Campbell's scoring ability as opposed to McDonald's. So, yeah, it's fair. Kano, respect, Shorty. Get some beauty sleep soon. I'll tell you what, I might need a bit of it. But nah, thanks, mate. Thanks for jumping on board. Spooky, time to leave now. Have a great weekend, as you deserve. And I'll see you later. Thanks, mate. You're always bloody entertaining. So I appreciate your comments. Have a good weekend as well, mate. Jevex, if Burgess gets 80 plus, would you trade Young to him or Chapman a better option? Also, Dowd Impey is looking like a lock. Keep an eye on Burgess because obviously someone's got to fill that role in the ruck, and he did it in the second half or whatever it was last week. So yeah, I'd keep a very close watch on him. And I would probably just see what he does this week, as you've sort of outlined. I think Chapman's a must, and Dow to Impey is going to be very, very popular. So, yeah, that's definitely understandable. Andrew's just given a few of his thoughts. Celtics, hold Hayden Young or trade? Definitely trade. He's probably the worst combo. He's out of form and he's injured. So he's going to struggle to sort of keep that price anyway off the back of what was 18. So, yeah, he's got to go. Jono's off. I'm off now, Shorty. Talk again soon, my man. Keep up the awesome work. Thanks, mate. Hope you have a good weekend, bud. I'll definitely, I'm sure we'll chat soon. So, yeah, have a good one, mate. Aaron, he's off. Catch you on the flip, Shorty. Thanks, Az. You have a good weekend, mate. Always good to see you on board. Throwing a few questions my way. You're a good man. Jordan, thoughts on track? Well, he's starting to find a little bit of form. Last week he had a good one, I'm pretty sure. I'm a big fan of him. I think, definitely he's a guy that what's he priced at the moment? He only oh shit, righto. So you're asking that in regards to he's struggling. Yeah, I see. I just heard that he had 29 touches, but it only equated to 83. Righto. Oh shit. Look at the clanger count. 7 clangers, 9 clangers, 6 clangers. Wow. So he's finding the pill, but he's turning over. That's super interesting. I'd put him right on the watch list. If you've got him, I'd hold him. Break even to 170. Fuck, that's interesting. Rightio. That is real interesting. Interesting. Yeah, righto. I might look to bring him in pretty soon, actually, because Because I reckon Oliver's dropping, Taylor Adams is dropping, Petrarca's dropping. Shit, there's a couple of guys to just keep on your radar, ladies and gentlemen. 100%. I reckon old Shorty's got about 5 minutes in him. He's got about 5 minutes, guys. Kano. What is that? Don't know. It's just got a YouTube symbol there. I don't know what that means. Unless it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, probably 5 more minutes. Again, thanks for everyone who's jumped on board. I really appreciate it. It's it's been good actually. Like I said, driving around, I was like, oh gosh, this is the worst recipe of work. Right when I said that I'll do a live thing after work, but it's turned out good. Definitely picked my spirits up because I was flat. So it's good to chat to you guys, and it's nice to just come home and have some bit of banter. Tim, evening legends. Thoughts on Young to Chapman and Bergman to Impey? Yeah, can't fault that, mate. That's taking out the trash and bringing in some good stuff. So I can't fault you there. Oh, shit, I just moved that way too far. Travis, hey, Shorty, how you going? I'm going all right, mate. How are you traveling? Heaney has hurt me with his... Oh, did he break his hand? Yeah, I heard he got subbed off. How does he do it? He just finds a way to screw us over, doesn't he? Feel like going Heaney and Campbell to Impey and Warner. I don't trust some of the 1 or 2 gamer rookies. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Warner's looking the absolute goods, isn't he? And look, Impey's going to go up again, so he's sort of going to lose a little bit of benefit there. But yeah, I understand. I'd love to chat next week, in regards to Heaney and Campbell. Let's see what sort of eventuates. And I'll go live at some stage next week, Trav. So hopefully I can talk to you then as well. Andre, thoughts on Marshall? We talking Rowan just coming back? I presume he's back pretty soon. I definitely think he's a guy we're going to get into our sides. Yeah, I mean, fingers crossed, or not fingers crossed, but hopefully there's a chance he starts somewhat sluggish, just getting back into things, and might be able to pick him up a bit cheaper. Charlie, who do you go for in the AFL? I'm a Geelong man. I'm from Geelong, so yeah, Dad's mad Cats, and I don't think I had a choice really. I was always going to be a Cats fan, so yeah, Geelong man. Celtics, Tom Atkins, Zeeble, or Impey? Who would you recommend? Oh, well, if you can get Zeeble, Jesus, I'd 100% go him. And it's not just off the back of last week's game. He's just got the most friendly position. They all have fairly friendly SuperCoach positions, but I think Zeeble showed exactly what he can do. And I just feel like, I think if I were to rank them, I'd probably go Zeeble, Impey, Atkins. Matt, Neil to Sloan. Yeah, probably going to be a popular one. I just have a slight question mark over whether Sloan is he back? I don't know. I'm not sure if we're going to see him be a keeper. He'll be solid enough, but is he that top echelon guy? I don't reckon, but so there we go. Ben, go to bed, Shorty. You're yawning a lot. I know, mate. We won't be far off, brother. Corey, see you, mate. I'm going. Thanks for the night. Thanks for talking. Catch you next week. Thanks, Corey. You're an absolute legend. One of the regulars. So you're a good man. Andre, how is Bergman, Fullerton, and Highmore's job security? Well, Highmore and Bergman, not so great. Highmore's got to be a chance to come back this week, one might think. But in Fullerton, I'd say his job security is pretty good because the Lions have a few injuries, particularly in their tall department. So he's definitely the one who's got the best job security out of those. Christian started with Adams. Do I hold? Personally, I would. I know it's painful, but my thoughts with premiums always are if you start with them, you believe in them, unless they have a change in position that you didn't expect or they have a little niggle that you didn't know about, keep the faith, And look, I'll back Adams to bounce back. Charlie's down to 24 trades. Woohoo! He's burning them. Nah, that's all right. If they're good trades, it doesn't matter how many you got. If they're good trades, they're fine. Ben, where were you sitting Easter Monday, Shorty? I was there. Did we talk about this last week? So in the end, I was in M50 ground level, sort of 20, 30 rows back. So good seats in the end. We were down the end of when Clark and Henry combined and everything. So that goal was bloody nuts. I was loving it. Jason's putting Neil to Guthrie. Like I said with Garth, he's going to be a solid scorer, but I wouldn't get mesmerised by his massive one last week. He'll be a good option. I just don't see him as like a top 8 to 10 mid. Nathan cheeky texting, a couple of cheeky ones out and about. Andrew, thanks, Shorty. Good night, mate. Thanks for joining me. Always good to have you on board, mate. Jaden, should I be worried I'm at 24 trades? Nah, like I said, I'd only be worried if you look back and think they were wasteful, or like if they are good trades and they're necessary, that's what they're there for. That's no drama. Cameron, thoughts on Michael Frederick from the Dockers? I did like some of his work throughout the pre-season. Can run. He's got a motor. Looks way more confident now too, which is good. Yeah, 175, 57, 67. So he's solid. I mean, I wouldn't see any need to go nuts chasing him, but he's going solid. Couple more guys. Theo, when do I trade Tex Walker? Is he a keeper? Well, we're going to find out. I mean, if you've got him, just wait and see what happens. If he may prove to be a keeper. I mean, his form at the moment is. We'll just have to see if he can keep it up. I mean, there'll be a time where he throws in a 50. It's a fact, but he's a key forward. So we're just going to have to see. Hopefully he has more tons than 50s. That'll work it out. Oh, nice. We've nearly caught up. I think everyone's just about going to bed. B, hey Shorty, hope you're doing well. I got the E on Campbell. Should I take his 51 or play Fulton or Scott or Brockman? Yes, a cheeky little emergency loophole. I'm going all right. Hope you're going well, mate. I wouldn't take a 51. No, I'd roll the dice. I wouldn't do it on Brockman. I haven't really been keeping massive track of Fulton's scores, but I don't think it would have gone well last week. I don't take the 51, I don't reckon. I reckon it's worth rolling the dice. You'd be unlucky if one of those three scored 30 or 40. They'd be stiff. Like, have a look at who you're backing in there. But I think it's worth the risk to maybe get like a 70. So they're the little wins sometimes. Dylan, Shorty, you're a ripper bloke, but your Supercoach team is shocking. Thanks, Dill. I'm going to take on board that, and I accept both of those. And I pretty much think you're spot on. Oh, well, my team is shocking. You can be the judge if I'm a ripper bloke or not. But, far out. Hopefully there'll be a day where Dylan sits down and says, Shorty, you're a ripper bloke, and, geez, your team's on fire. But it's going shithouse at the moment. Declared night, Shorty. Can't wait to try that little cocktail. Thanks, mate. Let me know your thoughts. Let's pray Chapman scores more than Warner. Good man. Have a good night, mate. Thanks for your questions. Love your work. Quack, quack goes the duck. Well, bloody hell. I haven't seen that name before. Hey, Shorty, thoughts on Houston? Oh, thanks for jumping on board. It might be the first time you've ever thrown a question in there, unless I've missed you previously. He's going better than I thought, and he's playing a really friendly role. Again, I don't know. I reckon there's better defenders out there, but he's sticking it up me. He's proving me wrong. If you went with him, he's going to do you pretty nicely. He seems to be going well. So I didn't think he would, but yeah. Solomon, hey, Shorty, thoughts on Cozzy Pickett? One of the most exciting players I think I've ever seen. Some of those pickups and snaps are just freakish, but Probably not for SuperCoach. It's going to be inconsistent, but absolute delight to watch. Hopefully not a delight this week because I'm hoping he doesn't torch the Cats, but we are slow as anything down there, so he probably will. Zach, see you, Shorty. Have a good one. Thanks, mate. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Thanks for jumping on board. Dylan, took that well. Cheers, mate. Really hope you can turn around. Thanks, mate. I'm crossing my fingers, mate. I really am. But yeah, thanks for jumping on board. Have a good weekend. Hope your side's going all right. And D-Mac just signs us off there with a little correction. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. It is late. We've gone for an hour or so, which is longer than I thought. So appreciate you coming on board. AFL Prime, Shorty, I'm ranked 29 right now, as everything has gone right. All premiums perfect. I am envious, my friend. I am envious. Well played. If you're ranked 29, holy shit, let me know. Feel free to join in and let me know how you're going over the next few weeks, because that is some tasty numbers. But let me know how you go in the future. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I hope your SuperCoach side goes well. More importantly, I hope your team goes well and you enjoy yourselves over the weekend. So I've got one more day of working tomorrow, weekend off, looking forward to it. So can't wait for that. Catch you guys soon. Thanks, Ricky. What did Mills do? I'm going to sign off. I'm going to look at that. I'll catch you all later. Cheers.